Afternoon talk in the afternoon walk. Still clean and sober, still no tobacco, all is well. So I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but recently I have been thinking about getting mods in my live. Now the reason for that is because I've been toying with the idea of responding to more people. Now the problem I've got with having mods is I'm never going to be a big channel, and I don't want to force, which you are doing, people into staying in my live just because they're a mod, and even though they've probably got nothing to do through the day, or maybe they have, maybe they work for TikTok, I don't know, but I don't want to force people to stay in my live. And also the people that are in my live, being moderators, sometimes they may block or mute people for things that I don't want to be blocked or muted for. Because I've got to be honest, sometimes I do actually enjoy telling people how pointless, stupid and boring their questions are, and how sad and pathetic they are, and they need to stop being an attention seeker. Because I look at it as a life lesson. When people come in with their pointless, stupid, boring questions, in telling them how pointless, stupid and boring they are, I'm hoping that the more lives they go into, the better they'll be at conversations, purely based on what I've told them. And it's the same with telling them how sad and pathetic they are looking for attention. Maybe the more lives they go into, the better they'll be at it, and they won't seem as sad and pathetic, which means they'll have better relationships with other lives that they go into. So it's a bit of a service that I'm providing on TikTok's behalf, and I think I do a good job at it. But in order to do it better and also start communicating with more people, I was thinking maybe it might be a good idea to get a couple of mods. I would definitely probably go through a few, because I definitely wouldn't want TikTok to be any of the mods. And I think that TikTok actually go around the lives, or they employ people to go around the lives to sniff out the people that want moderators, and they would rather put TikTok's moderators in there so they can have more control of the channel. But if it was normal Joe Blogs that has a lot of time in his hands like I do, and he quite likes my stuff, and he wouldn't mind just sitting in my live, as a lot of people do, and just taking care of some of the accounts, not necessarily questions. Like if there was accounts that were coming in that were nameless and faceless, and they would be able to click on the profile to see if it was a new one with no followers, no followings, anything like that. Those would be the type of accounts they could get rid of. But the pointless, stupid, boring questions, if it was ones that I get all the time, then certainly they could block them, and so on and so forth. But it's something that I'm toying with. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go. What I do know is, as a lot of people have noticed just now, I am being more communicative, if that's a word, with the chat. Communicative. You know what I mean. But yes, but in doing so, I'm also being quite mean and horrible to certain people. But as I said, it's think about it as me teaching you one of life's valuable lessons. Only if you learn from it. If you don't learn from it, you're just going to go through life being sad and pathetic with pointless, stupid, boring questions. But if you take on board what I'm saying, maybe you won't be quite as sad and pathetic, and maybe your questions might not be as boring.